Let's talk some NBA. Happy New Year to everybody. Y'all kill me with that New Year, New Me shit, but we gonna grind. Let's get to it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video, check out the NBA Talk playlist. And we are inching our way closer and closer to being able to go live again. So, got a little bit to go, but we close. But let's talk about Westbrook being a team cancer to the Washington Bullets, or what are they, the Washington Wizards now. But first, let's talk about Kendrick Perkins saying that Jaylen Brown is the man, is the guy to beat, is the man with the plan, the man with the ball in his hand for the Boston Celtics as the best player. Like I said, to be the man, you gotta do it in the moment where you get your team over the hump. You know, you gotta be able to get them. You gotta be able to do it in the playoffs. All right. Right now, Jayson Tatum, he's been the man in the playoffs. I don't know if it was his rookie year when when Kyrie was out, I believe, and he was going toe to toe with LeBron and holding his own. Jayson Tatum became the man in Boston because when it's time to win in the playoffs, who you want to take the last shot? Did Kendrick Perkins forget in the first regular season game that he took the last shot and sent Giannis home? You know what I'm saying? Well, Giannis did miss the free throw. So in order for Jaylen Brown to basically exceed Jayson Tatum, he got to do it when it counts the most. That bubble crap was fake basketball. We talk about this year, by the time they hit the playoffs, they should have fans in the stands. Let's see who the man is when it's time to close out a game, when it's time to close out a series, when it's time to take the Celtics and put them in the championship. You know, let's see who the man then. It's hard to tell right now, but of course, Jaylen Brown could be the man in the regular season, all right? But who the man when it's time to come to win championships? That's what we talking about. Who the man with the plan, with the ball in his hand to send the Celtics to the second round, to the third round, to the finals? Who that guy? And Kendrick Perkins is always a prisoner in the moment because he just like the new Ryan Hollins. What's his name? Whatever his name was. You know, he like the guy supposed to be the Shaq value guy. He like the jigaboo. Tap dancing. He they Huckabee. You know what I'm saying? He they tap dancing raccoon ESPN. They just using and abusing him. And then when they done with Kendrick Perkins, they going to chew him up and spit him out. That's what's going to happen. Kendrick Perkins ain't nothing but that Ryan Hollins guy. Saying stupid stuff for a job. You know what I'm saying? That's all he there for. He the new LeBron humper. He the new ball juggler. That's what he is, okay? But to say that it's Jaylen Brown team, no. That's hella premature. We got to see who the man in the playoffs. And if Jaylen Brown do close it out in the playoffs, then we got to give it to him. But let's not act like Jaylen Brown, he just as good as Jayson Tatum. But Jayson Tatum he got a proven track record of balling in the playoffs. That's the difference. I think Jaylen Brown had a bad shooting game in one of the playoff games. I think versus Miami, he didn't show up. You know, he did lock down Giannis in the playoff, but, you know, let's not make it a Brown versus Tatum thing. Like, I don't have no love for Boston Celtics at all. I'm a Pistons fan. Check out my Detroit channel, Mercy Sports Talk. But, you know, he trying to create some division versus he the man. Like, at the end of the day, they equally could be as good. They as good as any tandem out there. You know, they call them the East Coast version of Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. But, you know, that's where stuff go wrong. You know, the Stephon Marbury story was about that. You know, it was really about, you know, Stephon Marbury, you know, being equal to Kevin Garnett. And what happened was, I got a video on this too, that the last year Kevin Garnett got his big extension. They changed the rules when Stephon Marbury came up the next year. So he didn't get that big $100 million contract or whatever it was, like KG. And he felt like that, you know, he was riding KG coattail. And this is kind of the divide that Kendrick Perkins can create by saying stupid shit like this. Just let them be player A and player A1 and player A1B. It ain't got to be 1 and 2. Because one thing we know for sure, nobody does it by themselves. You know what I'm saying? You need help, you know. And this can create a division. I know Tatum got his money, Brown got his money. But then again, it's always something to prove. Well, I can be the guy. Or you can be the guy. And, you know, Oklahoma City Thunder, it wasn't even about that when they made it to the finals. You know what I'm saying? It was, you know, Kevin Durant and Westbrook wasn't competing against each other. That's a fact. They wasn't competing against each other. You know, what happened was, you know, it was just when Kevin Durant got an MVP, Westbrook just set his mind to getting an MVP. And it wasn't the media that created that divide. It was that Westbrook, he wanted to be player one. He wanted to be the number one player. You know, he won't admit it, but it's a fact. But I don't want to create that divide between Tatum and Brown. They so young that they can fail a couple years, and then when it's their time, they can wing off a few championships. The problem with Boston is them two guys, they leaders, they young. And they don't have nobody in the middle till they got Tristan Thompson. So it's going to take some time, and it's good to have a veteran in Kemba that's going to be coming back soon that can really be the closer. I'm not really knocking Kemba's performance in the bubble, because the bubble, a lot of guys, when you got money, you ain't sitting at home when you young at all. You ain't sitting at home. You going out, in the playoffs, you going to see a movie, you going to get a dinner, you messing with the floozy, with the thotties, with the Tatianas. That's what you're doing. Sometimes you take that aspect away from a player, and you put a player that's a social guy, and you put them in a bubble where they can't be social and they can't knock down the thoughts, or they can't go to the movies, or they can't get their favorite meal. That's a mental block. Even in college, they was allowed to, be able to, go out and do what they do before curfew. And you telling me I got to stay in a bubble, 24/7, 365, and my outlet is getting on, amusement park rides, and I can't even mess with the COVID ladies that giving the test. That's crazy. We know Deron House for the Rockets got in trouble for messing with one of the COVID ladies, and that kind of messed up his relationship. But then again, if he wasn't married to his wife, she ain't going nowhere. He probably going to be an idiot and marry her, where she going to be able to get revenge. I'll tell you this about women before we move on to Westbrook. I'll tell you this about women. They don't never forget. They act like they forgetting everything okay. As soon as they got an upper hand, they going to let you know. You ain't never seen Diary of a Mad Black Woman. But with Westbrook, they 0-5 in Washington, okay? One of my homeboys like to say the Washington Bullets, okay? They used to be the Bullets back in the day. I remember Juwan Howard, and it's a trivia question because some of you guys, younger guys, might not know this. The first player in the NBA to receive a $100 million contract was the University of Michigan head coach, Juwan Howard. He was the first player to receive a $100 million contract, and he played for the Washington Bullets. But with Westbrook, he's just a team cancer. He go out there and people say, well, it's not his fault. Well, wherever he go, the team just go down. And you be honest, he just one of them dudes that just, he like the point guard version of LeBron James. He chase stats. And LeBron can chase stats and still be great because he one of the greatest guys to ever dribble, one of the greatest ball players to ever dribble the ball on the earth. Westbrook ain't as great as Kevin Durant and LeBron James. He over there stat chasing it. Or he trying to be the first player to average a triple-double for 2 seasons or whatever it is. He stat chasing, and that's why they losing. And they can put it on Bradley Beal. He don't play no defense. I know Bradley Beal, he probably, resented signing that contract extension he signed a couple years ago. But this was the worst trade ever for them to send John Wall and the first-round pick for Westbrook. Even though with the uncertainties of John Wall and his health, I'm telling y'all, John Wall is a better player than Westbrook. With Russell Westbrook, he's one of them dudes that search for stats. He play for stats. He play for rebounds. He play for assists. He don't play the game to win the game. And it's going to hurt a lot of people's feelings. That's why Paul George left. That's why KD left. He out there trying to get stats and not championships. And for Westbrook, what's happening now, his athleticism dropping off, and he ain't really built on his game. He's still a guy that's predicated off speed, jumping, and he ain't learned how to pull up a mid-range jumper, how to run the offense as a point guard. He is a glorified 2-guard trying to play as a point guard, and that's the problem with Westbrook. He has not learned to evolve his game, to play without his athleticism. He hasn't learned how to play the game for wins and not stats. And wherever he go, he going to be a failure, okay? You play that brand of basketball, and that's what's going to happen. When he starts playing to win and being a team player and doing the little things and learn how to play point guard, if he lucky if he learned to do it before he retired. He ain't no great player. I've been telling you all that. He probably one of the worst players in the league to win MVP because he went out there trying to win the MVP. He went out there trying to compete with Kevin Durant to show that he the better player. He went out his way. He don't play winning basketball. If you ask me for one player that I don't want on my team, Russell Westbrook, I don't want him on my team because he don't play to win. And his fans and his apologists or some people that look from the outside, they act like they can't understand that. Wherever he go, losing gonna follow. I would take Brian Scalabrine on my team before Russell Westbrook. And that's word the mother. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to check out the NBA Talk playlist for more videos like this. In a little bit, towards the end of the month, or towards the beginning of the next month, we'll be able to go live again. So you can check out the NBA 1-on-1 playlist. Don't forget you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video question, you just want to chop it up. You want to make a financial donation, Cash App CJGood313. That's in the description. PayPal link there as well too. Let me know what you think about the video in the comment section one time for the one time we gone.